Hey Bookish Babes, and welcome to my book nook. For those that are new around here, my name's Rainey Barton. I teach music, I also read books. So if that is your jam, like, subscribe, share, all the things. I talk about thrillers, romances, sci-fi, fantasy, general fiction, non-fiction, you name it, we chat. All right, let's dive into today. So I know my hair actually looks like it's curled, it's everything. I'm having a moment. I do have a circus show in a little bit. That's why my hair looks nice. But I figured might as well film a video while we're here. So we are going to be doing an organizational video today. I love organizing. I have spreadsheets upon spreadsheets for my books and my collections and everything, but I definitely need to update them because I just haven't made the point of marking down every single book that I own. I know people do that so that when they go to the store, they don't buy things more than once, but I know what books I own, so I don't forget that. But what we're going to be organizing is my Goodreads because I have tons of books on my Goodreads that don't actually need to be on my Goodreads. Like, they don't need to be there. I don't care about them. I have tons of books on there that just need to go away. And so this organizational process is going to be you helping me decide which books stay on there. Now, I'm not talking about books that I already own. Like, those are going to stay on there. But first, I need to organize it so that my books that I have in my TBR are just in my TBR shelf and they're not in like a want to read section of Goodreads, because then that's confusing, because then I'll be like, when I go to the bookstore and I click on want to read, I'll see, I'm like, I already own that book. I already own that book. And I'm like, no, I wanted to look at books that I don't own. So first we're going to organize the Goodreads and like categorize things. And then we're going to go through and we're going to take things off. So I'm going to put you on or show up my Goodreads on the screen and put me in a little bubble down here so that you can see what it looks like currently. It's a little bit of a mess. And then we're going to get down to business. Okay, friends, we are on my Goodreads, and I need to fix a lot of things on here. Like, for example, it only says I've read 218 books, but that is not true. I've only really started utilizing Goodreads this last year, but I need to go back through and, like, put all the books that I've ever read. But I'll do that another day. So right now, how it's organized is I have my read, my currently reading, which I did fix that. I have like 10 books on there, but I'm only currently reading 2. And then I have want to read, which want to read is the books that I really, really, really want to get to next. But I need to change that because if you watched my other vlog, or you watch my anticipated romance vlog that is coming out soon, I share my new bookshelf where I put books that I really want to read soon. So that might not match up. And then we have 2022 anticipated reads, but I'm honestly probably going to get rid of that because I don't really need that that category. And then potential reads is books that I have heard booktubers talk about that I'm not sure if I want to read. But I might be interested in. And so we're definitely going to go through that. And then series I'm reading, I'll probably get rid of that one as well. And then want to read soon. And that is the 621 one, where a lot of my books that I own are in there that I don't think they need to be. I think they need to stay in my physical TBR, which is over here. I have a DNF section for books I've DNF'd, a buy soon one, like for books that I want to buy super soon. So I need to organize that. My all-time faves, I do like having that. And then 5-star reads, I like having that as well. So we're going to go. I'm going to do this organizational process without you really quick. And I'm just going to basically move all the books that I own on my TBR into the physical TBR shelf. I'm going to do the whole thing, and then I'll be back, and we can chat. Yes. Here we go. Okay, I'm not going to lie. This took forever to organize my Goodreads. And the way I did it is I've read way more than 7. This has been acting up for days. I have like over 300 books on there. Like, if you click it, it actually has like more than 7 books. So I'm like just confused on why it's doing that. But anyway, I have read, I have currently reading, which is 2. I have want to read. These are books that I'm going to read this month or next month that I know are already on my TBR, and I like to keep that small. Then I have books that I own, and I do have physical TBR as well. Now, the difference between these two is this is me tracking every single book that I own, but when you have exclusive shelves, books can only be on one exclusive shelf. And it was either read, currently reading, or want to read. And I didn't want over like 100-something books on my wants to read. So books that I own that I do want to read eventually, I put there. But books that I own that I really wanted to read soon are here. So basically, when I'm looking for a book to read, I'll go through my want to read shelf, and then my really want to read soon shelf, and then I'll go to the books I own. And my process or thought process is, if I haven't even thought about wanting to read this book soon in over a year, then I'm probably going to unhaul the book. Because I love all the books that I have, but am I going to read all of them? Chances are not. And then these are the two shelves that we are going to look into. Books to buy soon, and should I read these? I need your help deciding with these books. So we're going to start with books to buy soon. This is the thing that I look at when I'm going to buy books at the bookstore. And obviously, I have not done this in a while. So let's just go down the list. And let's see. Should we do it by cover? Maybe that would be cool. No, let's do it by date added. And yeah, we're going to do it like this. So here we go. And basically, in the comments, if I get rid of one that you're like, oh my gosh, you should put that back on, then please for sure tell me. And if not, then, you know, it just is what it is. Divergent. I feel like I wanted to read this back when I was young. I put this on here in 2013. I don't see myself reading this probably ever. Like, I'm just not interested in it anymore, you know? And then we have Brave New World. I read half of this in high school, and I remember I really enjoyed it. But I'm pretty sure I own it still. And if I don't, in fact, I'm almost sure I do. I have a classics section, so I wouldn't need to buy it soon. I don't need to put it on this list. Then we have The Golden Compass. I have wanted to read this. I think Peruse Projects Reagan was talking about this recently, and it definitely still looks good, so I think I will still keep it. I do not own it, so I would still have to buy it. And then we have Wonder Woman, Love and Murder. I love Jodi Picoult. I own every single Jodi Picoult book except for, like, 2, and this is one of them. So this is definitely going to stay on there. Like, I will read it at some point. I love her so much. And then we have A Wrinkle in Time. I tried to listen to this, too, and I just was not about it. And you know what? I had a classic era. I read classics only in, like, high school and, like, college, and I just am not feeling it anymore. I feel like I'm just going to take this off for now, and if you're like, oh my gosh, you took the great classic off, I'm sorry. It just felt right. You know. Becoming. I'm going to read this at some point. It's going to stay on the bot shelf. I keep trying to look for it at half price, and I've just not struck out yet. Untamed is going to stay on there. I want to read this at some point. Haven't got there. The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. This will also stay on there to buy at some point because I definitely still want to read this as well. I am definitely still wanting to read Black Sun. I have been wanting to read this for a long time, and I keep just not committing to it. But I definitely still do want to get it. Then we have Honey Girl. I've heard this is good. I've also heard it's not. I think I'm going to keep it on here. I've heard it has really great LGBTQ rep. So, you know, we're going to keep it. I for sure am going to keep The Death of Vivek Oji by Akwaeke Emezi because I've heard nothing but stellar reviews on this. In fact, I probably need to bump this up the list. In fact, I'm probably going to go back in after this video and categorize these based off of the order that I want them to be in. Arsenic and Adobo. I've heard it's not that great because of, like, the whole, they're blaming the person's diabetes for him being unhealthy for the reason why his diabetes wasn't managed, and considering my dad has diabetes, I don't know if I really like that. Honestly, I'm probably going to take this off. I don't see myself reading it. If you're like, you should read it, you can convince me in the comments down below. Okay. Then we have What Comes After. I don't even remember this, if we're being honest. So, you know, I think it was a book of the month selection, but it is gone because I just don't care. Then we have The Bane Chronicles by Cassandra Clare. I do like Cassandra Clare, but I don't feel like I need to buy this anytime soon, considering I don't even remember what part of, like, series or things that is in. Ophelia, After All, was an anticipated read that I wanted to get. It is a new YA romance. I still actually am interested in getting it, so I will keep it on here for now. Window Shopping by Tessa Bailey, I am going to buy. I'm going to read for this Christmas season. I saved a couple of Christmas books for this year, so I will still buy this. The Burning Girls, I also am going to buy because I still have to do my thriller, author thriller showdown between John Mars, C.J. Tudor, and B.A. Paris of which author I like best. And so this was one of the books I was going to read for that. So I'm definitely going to get that. Truth or Beard. This was recommended by Chandler, and she said it was really good. And I don't know. It's just speaking to me. So I think I'm going to keep it. But we'll see. I'm definitely going to read Red, White, and Royal Blue. I can just scour past that. I'm definitely going to read A Promised Land. I'm definitely going to do that. A Song of Race and Ruins. I've heard the first one is great. I've heard the second one is trash. I honestly don't know if I see myself actually reading this, so I'm probably just going to get rid of it. And we're going to go on our merry way. I think that is the best decision for everyone involved. Then we have We Ride Upon Sticks. I am reading that for a specific video, so we are keeping that on there. Night of the Mannequins. Now, Stephen Graham Jones, you did me dirty with My Heart is a Chainsaw. I hated that book with a burning passion. Do I still want to read you? This might be your last chance to convince me, so I'll keep it on here. There Are No Saints. I definitely want to read this. Unhinged. I don't know. I'm getting into my dark romance side, but Chandler really loved this, so I'm Riley did too, so I think I'm going to keep this. What He Doesn't Know, that was also recommended by Chandler, and I'm interested in it. And then Exodus, the Ravenhood #2. I have Flock, so it makes sense that I would want to buy that. I will keep that on there. Okay. Then we have The Sweetest Oblivion. I'm going to read that. The Martian. I'm going to read that. The 5th season. I still want to read that. The City We Became. I'm not interested in. Everyone says it stinks. I'm going to take it off the buy books. Then we have Treasure by Rebecca Witherspoon. I've also heard fabulous stuff about this. I'm willing to give it a chance, so we'll keep it on here. The Last Housewife, obviously. Recursion, I don't know. Because I haven't even read his other book that I own. So I don't know if I like him or not. But I figure if I like him, I can put him back on the list once I know. So I'm just going to take him off for now. Then we have The Donut Trap. I just don't see myself reading that. I like a good romance and all. But I just don't see myself reading that. So why keep it on there? Then we have Circling Back to You. I will read that. That's an anticipated read that comes out on my birthday. Love in the Time of Serial Killers. I will read that. Fix Her Up. I will read that. The House Across the Lake. Riley Sager. Definitely reading that. The Other Family. I feel like I put this on here for a reason. Maybe Haley told me to. Let's look and see what it is about because I honestly don't remember. Let's see. The watcher sees who you are and knows what you did. Honestly, it just sounds like a standard thriller. It's nothing too exciting. Probably going to get rid of it. If you want me to keep it, let me know. Daisy Darker, definitely keeping. My Summer Darlings, definitely keeping. The Broken Girls, definitely. The Night Shift. I've not heard very good stuff about this. I'll probably buy it on Pango for cheap and decide for myself. Dead Silence, I still want. Reprieve, I still want. Pearl, I still want. Ugly Love, I still want. Girls of Paper and Fire, I'm willing to try book #1 before I get rid of it. Lost in the Moment and Found, I don't know why I have that on here because it's like the 8th book in the series and I haven't even bought the 2nd book, so I don't need to buy that. And then Goblin, I'm not really interested in reading that. I was interested in reading Pearl by him, but not Goblin. I've not heard great stuff about it. Wolf Song, yes, I'm interested in, and A House at the Bottom of the Lake, I am still interested in, so I will keep those. The Monarchs. That's book #2 in The Ravens. It's an anticipated read. I will be buying that. I will be getting One Last Stop at some point. I don't think I want A Slow Fire Burning. She's the one that wrote, she wrote popular other books that I can't remember at the time. But I haven't heard anybody talk good about that book, so I'll probably take it off the list. Every Value Break is getting off the list. Peter Swanson, I Be Done With You. After what you did to me with And Then There Were None, telling me how it ends. Goodbye. An Absolutely Remarkable Thing. I'm honestly just not interested in reading that. I don't know why I ever put that on my TBR, to be honest. Hopeless. I just want to read all the Colleen Hoover books, so they're going to stay on there. The Book of Accidents. I'm interested in reading because it was popular last year. Clap When You Land. I've heard this author is beautiful. I do want to read her stuff, but I don't want to pay full price for it because it's like poetry and stuff. YA poetry, so we'll see. The Weight of the Stars. I feel like I put on there because everybody says it's great, but I just don't see myself reading it really ever, so I don't think it needs to stay on there. 1,000 Ships can stay on there. That's Greek mythology stuff. Or Christina Lauren, she will always stay on there. She can stay on there. She can stay. She can stay. Autobiography. All these are Christina Lauren. They can all stay on there. I'm going to buy them at some point. House of Leaves. I'm not going to buy. I am actually reading it from the library right now. Reading it for Katie Colson's Smut Salon. So I took that off the list. The Phantom Prince, My Life with Ted Bundy. Sounds totally interesting. I can't wait to read that. The Acts of Life is by an Instagram booktuber or bookstagrammer. So I definitely want to read that. Grady Hendrix, I got to keep on there. Into the Drowning Deep. I do not remember this one, so I'm not really sure. Let's see. Oh, I think this is Shauna Maguire's alter ego, so I think I am going to keep that on there. Firefly Lane is Kristen Hanna. I'll keep it on there. Actually, no. I'm not interested in reading Firefly Lane. If we're being serious, I'm not interested. Creep, Jennifer Hillier, I am interested in. The Haunting of Hill House. Yeah, I'm interested in that. The Hunting Wives, definitely interested in that. All right, let's keep going. See, we're making progress, friends. Tinfoil Butterfly, Kayla, Books and Lola swears by it. We should all be millionaires. Yeah, we should. I'm keeping that. All Roads Lead Here. I've always wanted to read Mariana Zapata. I've heard that's a good one. The Shuddering, Anya Allborn, Gabby swears by her. I will keep her. Devil House, I don't know. This one sounds interesting. I'm going to keep it. It's an anticipated new release. Every Last Secret by A.R. Torre. I've heard good things about this. Somebody's Daughter, I feel like I've heard good things about, but I just don't really find myself that interested in it, so I'm going to take it off the list. The Guncle, I've heard great things about. I'll keep it on there. Who is Maud Dixon? I've heard one or two things about, but honestly, I've had the chance to buy this like 4 times for cheap at like my bookstore, and I just haven't, so I'm taking it off the list. Concrete Rose, I do want. The Good Sister, I don't know. This just doesn't scream to me as something I want to read. It's like also I've had the chance to buy that, and I haven't. So if I'm not buying it, I shouldn't have it on there, right? Dilate for Aunties, Kayla just read, and she absolutely loved. I'm going to keep that. Pretty Little Wife, I don't even remember what that is. That one actually sounds interesting. I'll keep that on the list. Later, yeah, it's Stephen King. I'll read it. The Anthropocene Reviewed. It's by John Green. I've been interested in reading it because it's not YA. We Are the Brennans. I can't even tell you a little bit that I want to read that. Because I don't. So, away we go. The Stand I want to read. Carrie I want to read. Yes, and I Love You. I've heard this is fabulous. I want to read. If the Shoe Fits. I do want to read this series. I've heard it's very cute. The Other Black Girl. I wish I could say I want to read. I don't. I don't know. That one's not speaking to me. Chasing the Boogeyman, I do want to read. We Were Never Here. I'm not sure. I feel like I've also seen this for cheap at my bookstore before, and I haven't been reading it. In fact, I'll probably read it, though. It actually does look a little interesting. The Good Lie by A.R. Torre, I'll keep on there. And Not a Happy Family by Sherry Lapina, I will keep on there. Hello. Different day, different hair. I couldn't film it all in one sitting. We're going to go with it. All right, let's continue so this video is not 5 million days long. Love on the Brain by Allie Hazelwood. I've read every book of hers. I will definitely be reading it again. More of hers. The Wedding Ringer. I'm definitely still interested in this. This is a cute little romance. Aristotle and Dante I'm still interested in. The Lost Ones, I'm not sure. We would have to look and see what it is about. Let's see. This actually does sound pretty interesting, but it does not have a good rating on Goodreads. So I'm not sure. I'll keep it on there for now. The Midnight Bargain, I also cannot remember why I put this on here. I think I put it on here because of the cover. It has a better thing. Okay, it looks like fantasy. Okay. I don't know. This is just speaking to me. I still want to read this. Vicious by V.E. Schwab, definitely want to still read. Scythe, I still want to read. The Mirror Season, I still want to read. Rules for Vanishing, I still want to read. Patience and Not Forsaken. I put this on here because it is Alex E. Harrow, and he wrote The Once and Future Witches, which I haven't read yet. I actually haven't read anything by him yet, but I want to read all of his stuff, so I'm going to keep that on there. Green Lights by Matthew McConaughey. I feel like I want to read his memoir. I just am not, like, overly anxious to, like, get to it. So I'm probably going to take it off. If I shouldn't have taken it off, let a girl know. And I'll put it back on. Okay, let's scroll down to where that was. Okay, then Under Lock, Mariana Zapata, I'll keep that there. The Secret History by Donna Tartt. I loved The Goldfinch by her. Definitely going to keep this one on. 9 Perfect Strangers. I don't know, because I keep having the chance to buy it, and I haven't. And I don't know. I feel like, am I going to like it? I'm going to keep it for now. And then you guys in the comments let me know if I actually should or not. These Hollow Vows, I still want to read. Girl in the Reflection, I still want to read. One Rainy Night, Rainy Day Sisters, The Way to Rainy Mountain. I want to read, and I'm not going to say why. This is How You Lose the Time War. I'm definitely still interested in. So, let's move on to our next page. Suffer the Children, my mom has, and it looks really interesting. I'm definitely going to read it. The Appeal, I still want to read. The Last to Vanish, I feel like with Megan Miranda, I'm like hit or miss with her. I do want to read all her stuff, so I'll keep it on there. The It Girl, that's Ruth Ware's newest book, I want to read. Stay Awake, that's Megan Golden's latest book. The Pallbearers Club by Paul Tremblay. Honestly, I have no interest in reading this probably ever, so I'm just going to get rid of it because it's just not interesting. Sea of Tranquility, I have that on my list to buy. Daphne I'm interested in, just like Home. These are all anticipated novels that I'm interested in. The Woman Could Fly, I believe Kayla from Books and Lala just talked about this, and I definitely am still interested in reading this. I can't remember what it's about, though, so let's take a peek. That did not work. Let's try it again. Okay. Still sounds really interesting. Definitely going to still keep that on the list. What Moves the Dead I can take off because I got an arc of it from NetGalley, so I definitely am going to be reading that. How to Sell a Haunted House, so excited for that. Manhunt, I still want to read. Far Wilder Magic, I can't remember what that one is about, so let's take a gander. She spots the legendary Hala, a mythical creature. Oh, so it is a fantasy. I don't know if this is actually that interesting to me anymore. I'm probably going to take this off. If you think I should keep it, let me know. But I'm going to take it off for now. Too Late, Colleen Hoover going to read. When You Get the Chance, this is an anticipated read I want to get to. Upgrade, like I said, I'm going to take Blake Crouch books off of my list until I know for sure that he is my writing type because I'm not as big into sci-fi fantasy. The Bone Orchard, I'm still interested in. I'm So Not Over You, I definitely want to read that. Gods of Jade and Shadow, I feel like I want to read that, but it's not like something I feel like has to be on my list right now. So I'm probably going to take that off. I still need to read Mexican Gothic by her. Pretty Things is another one I just don't know if I'm actually interested in. I've had the chance to purchase it, and I haven't, so I'm going to take it off this list for now. The Doctor, Riley said that's amazing from Riley Reid, so I will give her a chance. In the Dream House, I want to read. The Poet X, I want to read. Cemetery Boys, I'm just not feeling it. Like, it's YA, and I'm not against YA. And I don't know, I just don't feel like a strong urge to read that. The Sword of Kaigen, I definitely want to read. Everybody is saying how it's an incredible standalone, like, fantasy book, and how it shouldn't be a standalone. And I want to know why. Come Closer, Kayla said this is fantastic, so need I say more? When You Trap a Tiger, I want to read that. Mistborn, definitely want to read that. Two Girls Down. I can't remember why I put this on my list, but let's see. This doesn't sound that exciting. I'm probably going to take it off. If you think I shouldn't, you know the drill. Tell me in the comments. Okay, Never Never. Definitely going to keep that as Colleen Hoover. Long Live the Tribe of Fatherless Girls. I feel like there was a reason I put this on here. But this doesn't sound like something I would read, so I don't really know. It is a memoir about coming of age and reckoning with desire as a queer, biracial teenager. Okay, I'll keep this. I'll read it. The Housewarming, I still want to read. The Good Samaritan is John Marr's newest book. I want to read that. The Baby Shower, I still want to read. The Violin Conspiracy, I wanted to read because it's music-y, and I'm a music teacher, so I'm going to keep it on there. The Replacement Wife, I'm still interested in. The Mist, I'm still interested in. New Animal. I feel like I have heard mixed things about this. So, let's see. It doesn't have that great of a rating. That still sounds good. I'll keep that on the list. Convenience Store Woman, I'm going to keep on the list. Skin Full of Shadows, Meg reads, read this on a whim, found out it's one of her favorite books ever, so I'm going to keep it. The Wolf and the Woodsman, I still want to read. One of Us is Dead, I still really want to read. The Fine Print, Dreamland Billionaires, I do want to read the first one. All Your Twisted Secrets, I want to read. One of Us is Lying, I want to read. A lot of YA on here. The Shadows Between Us, I'm not entirely sure. I do know I'm also going to read Carrie Soto is Back, which is Taylor Jenkins Reid's new book. But let's see about this. The Shadows Between Us. I don't know. I feel like I just have so many fantasy books to read. I don't need to keep ones on here that I honestly don't remember why I put on here, you know? Cherish, that's Crave number 6. Definitely keeping that on there. All right, we are rocking and rolling. Colleen Hoover, Colleen Hoover, Colleen Hoover, keeping them all. Katie Roberts, she's the same. I want to read all of her things, so I will keep them on here. But, Desperate Measures, Astrid Parker Doesn't Fall. That's the second to Delilah Green Doesn't Care. I'll keep that on here. The Box in the Woods, I have the first 3 Truly Devious, so I need the 4th one, but I'm waiting to buy it until paperback edition comes out. Saint, that's by the person that wrote Fable. I definitely want to read this. The Last Legacy is another book of hers that's not related to the series, but I'm just not really interested in actually reading that, so I'm okay with getting rid of that. As Good as Dead is The Good Girl's Guide to Murder #3. I'm waiting for it to come out in paperback. The Most Beautiful Girl in Cuba. I have the first 2 books in this series, so I want to get the third one. A Court of Silver Flames. I feel like, I don't know if I should even have that on here, because technically I have all of the ACOTAR books right now, but they're not my copies, they're my sister's, but she's letting me use them. So I'm probably going to take this off until I actually, like, buy the first ones. Then we have King of Scars, Rule of Wolves. Now, my question is, I think I have to read Shadow and Bone before I can read those, and so I'm going to take those off my list for now. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, and then I will gladly put them back on the TBR, but I feel like someone told me that, so I don't know. Same thing with The Mask Calling. I don't even have book #3, so I don't know why I have #4 on this books to buy section. Wild is the Witch, Rachel Griffin's new book, can't wait for that. The Way of Kings, the first one, gonna get that. Elantris by Brandy Sandy. Snowflakes by Ruth Ware. I feel like I had on there because I wanted to own all of Ruth Ware's stuff, but honestly, this book does not even sound a little bit appealing, so I'm gonna take it off for now. Salem's Lot, Stephen King. The Dilemma, B.A. Paris. I love B.A. Paris. The Perfect Stranger, Megan Miranda. I'll keep it. Karen Slaughter, I want to keep. I'm not interested in Darcy Coates. I was trying to read The Haunting of Ashburn House, and it just wasn't really speaking to me, so I'm going to take Darcy off my list for now. The third, Crazy Rich Asians. Honestly, I don't want to buy anymore because I don't even know if I want to read it, the first 2. I only got them for $1 at the sale, so I can get rid of them. Like, that doesn't matter. Things We Never Got Over, I want to read. True Biz, I want to read. That is a great deaf representation book. I'm definitely in the mood for that. Nick and Charlie, I feel like I put this on here because Alice Oseman, and I loved Heartstopper, so I still want to read that. Solitaire is also by her. Go Hex Yourself looks like this cute little witchy rom-com. I definitely want to read that. Over the Top is Jonathan Van Ness's first book. I do want to read that. Lessons in Chemistry, I've heard fantastic reviews about that, so I want to read that. Sour Candy sounded interesting. I'll keep that on here. The Lion Club is still interesting. A Million Junes, that's Emily Henry's book before Beach Read. I do want to read that. Darling Girl, a Peter Pan retelling. I'm going to keep that for Book of the Month soon. Cover Story, I've heard great things. I'm going to keep that. Tourette, I don't remember, but I'm pretty sure Books with Brit recommended it. Also, if you hear my air in the background, I apologize. Oh yeah, these were momhood books, and this one sounded really interesting, so I'm going to keep that. Along with the Book of Mother and Betty. The Name of the Wind, my friend told me that's his favorite book, so it's on there. I don't really want to read it, but I will for him. The Institute also. Alice Isn't Dead. Also, those were all 3 of my friends' recommendations. Among the Thugs is my dad's recommendation. I don't want to read this even at all. And actually, I don't have to buy that, but I'm going to keep it on here to remind myself to read it. Actually, I'm just going to move it to Want to Read Soon and put it as my physical TBR and put it as books I own because my dad actually has it. So, yeah. Okay. Let's actually refresh that then. Then we have Finley Donovan Jumps the Gun. Definitely going to get the third one. Babel by R.F. Kuang. Going to get that. The Way Madness Lies. It's like Shakespeare's modern retellings, and Kayla really loved it. Shark Dialogues. I really enjoyed Sharks in the Time of Saviors, and I heard that was like inspired by this one, so I figured I'd read that one as well. Watch Over Me. I want to read Nina LaCour, so I'll keep that. Never Let You Go by Chevy Stevens. I have heard that this is interesting, but honestly, I'm not interested in Chevy Stevens, so I don't really know. Her Dark Lies, J.T. Elliott. I want to keep that. Magpie. That's a new thriller I want to read. The Godparent Trap. I honestly don't see myself reading this. Like, I like a good romance, but I don't got to read all the romances. You know. Praise, I'll keep on there. Muscles and Monsters, I'll keep on there. My friend Reagan loves it. Squad looks like a cute little vampire graphic novel. I'll read that. The Prince and the Dressmaker, keeping. The Butterfly Garden, I'm keeping. Blood Sugar, I heard Haley loved it on Haley Hughes, so I'll keep it. We Do What We Do in the Dark. It looks really interesting. I can't remember what it's about, so let's take a glimpse real quick. Young woman's life-altering affair with a much older married woman. I'm down for it. Let's do it. Yerba Buena, I'm getting it Book of the Month soon. Just by looking at him, that's a new release. Can't wait to read it. Made a Fool of Death with Your Beauty, Okwekwe and Mezi's new book, of course. The Island, Adrian McKinty's new book. Broken, that's, I don't actually need to buy that. I have that, so I can get rid of that. I bought that recently. And then The Confidence of Wildflowers, I definitely want to read soon. Okay, So now we only have to go through the should I read these ones. And we knocked that one down from like 250 something. So I'm feeling better about that. All right, here we go. Should I read these? This is, if I think that I want to still keep these, I'm going to move them onto the books to buy soon section. And if I don't think I want to read them anymore, I'm just going to delete them. Picture of Dorian Gray. Yes, I do want to read this, but I actually do have this, I believe. So I'm going to put it as books I own and my physical TBR, and then we're going to delete it from there. Crime and Punishment, I didn't read in high school. I'm not even a little interested in reading that anymore. That's the one book I didn't read that was required reading. Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children. My mom absolutely loved this. I think she owns the first one, so I'm going to put it as a book that I own so that I don't even have to consider buying it. The Baddest Girl on the Planet. I have no idea what that is. Let's see. Romantic choices. Not even a little interested in this. Okay, The Light We Lost. Honestly, I think I've already read this. I'm not interested in it anymore. I'm going to put it to goodbye. Call Me By Your Name, I've heard is, like, disgusting. Like, the way he writes the romance. And honestly, I'm not interested in it. Giovanni's Room. Noelle Gallagher swears by this. I will give it a try, so I'm going to put it on books to buy soon because I do want to read it. Ties That Tether. I feel like I wanted to read that at some point. I just don't really anymore, so I'm going to get rid of that as well. Then we have Passing. I'm pretty sure Noelle also recommended this. She's recommended a lot of the ones that are on Maybe because I do love Noelle, but her taste does not always align with mine. Yeah, I feel like I'm not really interested in that anymore either. I feel bad. Sorry. Okay. The Court Dancer I'm still interested in, and I'm going to move that to books to buy soon. Then we have The Hiding Place by C.J. Tudor. I do want to buy that. The Year of the Witching. I like witchy stuff. I want to buy that soon. The Deal of the Lifetime, Frederick Bachman. I'm trying to read through his whole backlist, so I feel like I'll put that on books to buy soon. The Relationship Pact, Kings of Football #3. I put that on there because Chandler suggested it, but it's book number 3. So, like, why is it on there? Haunting of Maddie Clare. It's by Simone St. James. I do want to read that. Books to buy soon. The Overnight Guest. I do want to read. Una Out of Order. Not interested in anymore. Unburied Carols by Josh Mallerman. I am interested in that. I will buy it soon. The Murders of Molly Southbourne I'm interested in. I should put. The Hollow Places by T. Kingfisher I'm interested in. The Ruin of Kings I want to read. See, I'm glad I went on here. Before the Coffee Gets Cold. I've heard hit or miss things about that. I'm not really interested in that anymore. I'm not interested in Peter Swanson anymore, so goodbye. I don't want to read another book of yours ever again. Summer Sons I've heard is not great, so why waste my time with it? Don't Look for Me. I don't even know what that book is. Let's see, shall we? Okay, I'll keep that. We'll give it a try. It looked interesting. The House, Christina Lauren. I do want to read that because it's like one of her... She writes romance, but that's not a romance. The Silence of the Girls, Women of Troy. I don't remember what that is about. A lot of these I don't remember when I put these on here, you know? This sounds interesting, but not enough for me to keep it, so sorry, goodbye. Wings of Fury. I'm not interested in that anymore either. The Deep is by Nick Cutter. He wrote The Troop. However, I am actually still interested in that. Night Road, Kristen Hanna. I want to read her stuff, but I'm not interested in buying it right this moment. Dig by A.S. King. That is still interesting to me. Writers and Lovers. I was going to give a chance because Noelle Gallagher loves it. Moon of the Crusted Snow. Gabby liked it, but it's just not speaking to me. I also had Bloodline, but I heard that was not very good, so I'm going to take it off this list. She Drives Me Crazy. Nah, I'm not really interested in that. Just One Look, Cameron Lindsay. Oh, guys, I can't remember these books. I can't. I don't remember what this is about. It's unfortunate. Escalating Obsession with a Seemingly Perfect Man. Okay. That one actually does still sound interesting. I'll keep it on the list. Okay, The Perfect Family. Yes, I still want. 56 Days, not even a little interested in. I've heard it's not very good. Hani and Ishu's Guide to Fake Dating. It's cute, but it's not really a YA that I'm interested in. I've heard The XX is not very good, so I'm going to get rid of that. Books that I don't know what they're about, I'm skipping for now. I don't remember what the need is. Daughter of Smoke and Bone by Taylor Laney. I want to read her other book, but I'm not as intrigued by this anymore. Bones of Ruin, I do want to read. Rebecca, I do want to read. A Snake Falls to Earth, I do want to read. The Autobiography of a Traitor and a Half Savage, it's by Alex E. Harrow, so I will put it on there. Sleeping Giants, I want to read. Black Girl Unlimited, I don't know if I'm as interested anymore, but I do like Echo Brown. Maybe I should have kept that. The Long Weekend, I do want to read a Gillian McMillan, so I'm going to do it. Girl Forgotten. It's the second book in a series, and it's by Karen Slaughter. I'm going to put no for now, because I'm reading Karen Slaughter books in order. The Glass Hotel, yes, I want to read. Last Night in Montreal, yes, I want to read. I Am the Ghost in Your House. Not really interested in that anymore. I am still interested in Wicked Fox, because Meg Reeds loves that. The Chosen One, I'm going to give Echo Brown a chance. Of Divine Blood, I'll skip for now. Sabrina and Karina. I've heard that those are great short stories, so I'll keep it on the list. Furyborn, not really feeling it. You know? You know. Truth Witch, The Witchlands. Don't know what that is. A Very Large Expanse of Sea. Tahira Mafi. I don't know. Not really interesting me at the moment. The Wicker King, Meg Reed swears by. Akata Witch. I feel like I put it on there because of Peru's projects, and I don't know, it's just not as intriguing to me as I had thought. I love the cover for Foundry Side, so we're going to keep that. Half Broke Horses. I feel like I put that on there because someone said it was good, but it's just not speaking to me. Black Tide, I think Kayla said was great, but honestly, if I don't remember it that much, I don't really want to read it. The Dare, I don't remember, so we'll skip it for now. 12 Nights at Rotterhouse, I do want to read. Stillhouse Lake, I still want to read. All I Want, I do not want to read because Haley Hughes said it was terrible. Weird F's. No, I'm good. Little Weirds. Don't know what that is. Kindred, yes, still want to read that. Luster. I don't remember what that is. Slewfoot. I own this now. Okay, so I can put books I own. Mythical TBR. Okay. Joplin's Ghost. I've heard that's actually really good, so I am still interested in that. Exactly How It's Supposed to Be, I'm still interested in. The Fixer Upper, I'm still interested in. Nordic Royals number 3. If I'm not going to read them in order, why do I have them on this list? You know? Let's see. Brutal Prince. Brutal Birthright number 1. You know what? We're going to give these dark romances their time in the sun, okay? Her Soul to Take. We'll do the same. We'll give it a try. A Lady of Rooksgrave Manor. Why not? Never Seduce a Scot. Honestly, I'm just not interested in, like, those types of, like, mass market paperback romances. The Business of Blood. The Fiona Mahoney Mysteries. Still interested. Born Darkly. I told you I'm going to give all these dark romances their time in the sun until otherwise known. Other Words for Smoke. Not even a little interested in that anymore. Balance, Off Balance number 1. That doesn't look as appealing to me anymore. Waking Gods, I do want to get, but I don't even have the first one yet, so I feel like I should take that off the list for right now. Roses and Rot, I can't remember. A Cathedral of Myth and Bone, I don't remember. Her Pretty Face, I don't remember. 13th Tale. Enchantment of Ravens, I am still interested in. I know that one. Stranded, I don't remember. Only a Monster, don't remember. Woman Eating, I'm still interested in. Monkey on a Stick. Oh, these are the ones my dad recommended that I have no interest in. For the Sake of. I'm interested in, but I'm afraid it'll be too dark for me. We Are Okay by Nina LaCour. My friend recommended, so I will look into that. Tiny Nightmares, my friend owned, and it sounded interesting, but I don't know. So I'm going to refresh. And these are all ones that I'm not going to look at the definition. Oh, the party. Didn't see that. That I'm not going to look at what they're about right now because this video is taking longer than I expected. But these are ones that I still need to make a decision on. So, I feel better though because this is to 240 again. But I had, let me calculate really quick. I had when we started, I don't remember the exact number. I can probably look at the video, but let's take a guess. I had about 250 on there, and I had 198 on the other. So I had 448. And so now I only have 240 plus 257. So we knocked off like 200 books. I think that's really good, fam. So yeah, so that's basically it for this video. I'm going to be bigger on the screen and then say bye. Okay, and so that was kind of fun to fix my Goodreads and have it organized. And now I have a reputable list of books that I can buy from the store when I'm interested in it. And I can go in there later and sort them by ones that I really want to read, all that sort of stuff. So I'm super excited about it. I hope that was interesting to you. Please be sure to let me know in the comments books that I took off that I should have put back on, or books that I kept on that you're like, you really should get rid of that. I would love to know your opinions. But yeah, if you have books that need to be on any of these lists also that you didn't see, like, let a girl know. I'm all about learning about new and exciting books. But with that, I'm going to let you go, and I'll see you guys later. Bye!